Sharp remarks that conservative journalist Andrew Breitbart made to Clinton insider John Podesta some years ago. Many speculate that Breitbart knew what Podesta was hiding in his closet, so to speak. Did Andrew Breitbart know details about the child sex trafficking ring that is operating in Washington, D.C., and did he know any details that connected John Podesta to it? Here is one video clip of Breitbart using some strong words for John Podesta.
This is a concerted effort. This is a concerted effort. Politics of personal destruction. Fuck you, John Podesta.
Whatever the hell they're doing.
What's in your closet, John Podesta? Big Podesta? Big Soros? Do you want us to play these games? Because we're playing to win.
Obviously, Breitbart was involved in some kind of war with John Podesta. Strangely enough, not long after this, Andrew Breitbart died suddenly of a heart attack. He was only 43 years old. Naturally, there was speculation as to whether or not Breitbart was murdered, but what could be done to trigger a heart attack? It is known that arsenic poisoning has been used by spies and intelligence agents to cause heart attacks that otherwise appear to be natural events. We would therefore have to ask if there was any evidence of arsenic poisoning in Breitbart's case. Clearly, an autopsy was needed. What happened next will shock you. The autopsy was conducted by 61-year-old Michael Cormier. On the day that his preliminary autopsy was to be released, Cormier himself died suddenly and unexpectedly. The cause of his death? Arsenic poisoning. So was Breitbart poisoned with arsenic as well? Or was some other substance used to trigger the heart attack? We can't be certain, but this would not have been the first time that a high-profile figure investigating the Illuminati's pedophile ring was killed through arsenic poisoning. The scandal that people today refer to as Pizzagate is really just a footnote in a much larger sex trafficking conspiracy, one that I've been reporting on for a long time. Some of the greatest investigative work into the trafficking network was conducted by FBI Chief Ted Gunderson. As head of the FBI field offices in Memphis, Dallas, and Los Angeles, he busted open the illegal pedophile trafficking ring and worked with victims of the CIA's MK-Ultra program who had been imprisoned in the hellish child sex network operated by the Illuminati. He was an outspoken critic of the Illuminati and worked to expose their network, including the system they were operating inside Washington, D.C. Even after his retirement, Gunderson continued to investigate and attempt to expose the work of the New World Order. He was also vocal about his belief that elements within our own government coordinated the September 11th attacks, so it shouldn't necessarily come as a surprise that Gunderson was murdered. While we can only speculate that it was arsenic that led to a heart attack in Breitbart's case, we can say with certainty that it was arsenic that led to the development of bladder cancer in Gunderson's case, which is ultimately what killed him. He knew that it was arsenic that was causing the cancer, and he tried to negate its effects with his doctor's help. But Gunderson remained certain that one way or another, the Illuminati was going to kill him eventually through means that appeared to be natural causes. I reported on this about a year ago. Here's an excerpt from that report, along with a reference I made back then to the arsenic poisoning of Andrew Breitbart. Gunderson knew that he would be killed, and he asked for his family to have an autopsy done after his death to determine the true cause of his death. His family, friends, and even his personal doctor all testify that CIA operatives working for the Illuminati are most likely responsible for the ongoing arsenic poisoning that led to Gunderson's death.
Shortly after death, within a matter of a couple of hours, he started to turn black, particularly in his face, his hands, and his feet. And this is a characteristic sign of arsenic poisoning.
Was this due to his attack upon the American Illuminati?
Yes, very definitely, and also his attack upon the CIA, which is being controlled by the Illuminati.
And so you know, the murder of political activists with arsenic is not unheard of. After 43-year-old conservative Andrew Breitbart fell over dead when his heart mysteriously stopped one day, a much-anticipated coroner's report was due to be released. That report was never published because the coroner who worked on Breitbart died a sudden death from arsenic poisoning. These are very evil and very dangerous people that we are dealing with.